Chad, I think I cooked myself.
All these late nights catching up to me. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't sleep. I'll make sure that I heard you right, you said you loving me. Oh, I'm so sorry, wasn't paying any attention.
So 5 years ago, I had this mastermind plan, this masterminded scheme to drop out of school, move out of my folks' place, and go be a musician, go be an artist, go be a star, you feel me? And during that time, I was very young, I was very naive, but I had a lot of passion in me, and I believed in my goals, and I had a full head of hair, and I was on some rocker shit. Oh my goodness, it was, to say the least, it was a very creative time. Little did I know the world over those next 5 years was gonna change drastically. I'm talking drastically. I'm talking $6 gas, $15 McDonald's meals. Like the Corolla, the Toyota Corolla that used to take me about 25 or so to fill up the tank, it takes like 40 now. It almost about doubled. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy out here. It's always been difficult to be an artist, right? I would dare say this is one of the most difficult times to be an artist in the world. And there's 3 reasons I want to touch on in this video. I'm sure there's like 10,000 more.
I just want to stay in a place I see when my eyelids shut. One too many changes I made my...
According to a few articles, the average cost of living to be comfortable is from 80 to 90K. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I remember 90K was rich as a bitch back in the day. If you made 90K like by yourself, you was balling. Now you make 90K, now you just scraping comfortable. Everybody under 90K is not comfortable. To me, that's kind of wild. To me, that's kind of crazy. I remember going on this endeavor to be an artist and thinking, all right, well, I'll just live under my means, right? I'm okay, and I'm still am. I was okay with being broke for a little bit while I pursued my art. I was okay with living a minimalistic lifestyle while I pursued my art, because truly there wasn't a bone in my body that felt like it wasn't gonna work out. For me, it was really just a means to an end. Being broke was a means to an end. I was using McDonald's coupons. There was some days I would just drink soda for dinner, bro. But I was cool in it. I was good. It didn't bother me because I felt like I was doing it for a calling, and it changed. All that shit changed quick. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, that shit changed so quick, bro. You know why? Because the McDonald's coupons started to not cost $1. They started to cost $5 with the coupon. My rent went up like $200, $300 over the course of a year, right? Rent that I was already a little, you know what I'm saying? Rent that I was already chasing. And there's just so many things in life that have changed that truly I would admit they've affected my art and they've affected my belief in myself.
Yeah. I put a blur pic in a frame. I need a bad bitch out the way. I need a fat zip, different strains.
Number 2, saturation. Oh my goodness. Everyone's trying to do art. There are artists everywhere, and they're amazing, and they have budgeting teams, and they have experience, and they have so many resources that at the time when I first started, I didn't have, and I wasn't even aware that I needed, right? And I ain't gonna lie, these folks, they make good shit. I think one of the most discouraging things is when you see these people on the internet and they're better at their craft than you are, but they're still not where you want to be. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing people, they're dropping fire. They have crazy visuals. They're consistent. They're pushing hard. They're hard. And they're still struggling to make ends meet with their art. You still see them. They're still working a job, a 9 to 5. And for me, this was a little discouraging because I'm like, dang, I don't even have a backing. I don't have a videographer. I was recording my stuff on my phone. I don't have a private studio. I have my own little studio in my crib, and you know, I don't have all these resources. So how can I expect to equal up to these people that do have all these resources, this massive amount of people that have a shit ton more resources than me, right?
I ain't drunk cause I'm patient as fuck. If I want, I can really turn up. I'm the type that don't wanna blow up. I'm in deep, so I can't turn around.
Number 3, the science of making art. There is truly a science to all of this stuff, man. From recording music to recording videos and editing those videos and creating content that's engaging and that people can relate with and people can connect with, to what time you should post, to just all of that. There's a true science to it. I'm gonna be honest, for majority of these 5 years, I've been struggling on the science of recording, mixing, and mastering music. That alone has been just shooting me in the foot because it's hard to do. You know, I when I went on these endeavors, I have these ideas of, you know, creating crazy like raw songs, right? That, you know, I didn't think that the mix was going to be great, right? I knew I wasn't going to be able to create professional mixes, like studio quality Drake level mixes for my bedroom, but it's hard to make things sound good. Like, things don't sound good just because you want them to. No, like things will sound good only if you know how to make them sound good and you know the science of, I bet this is what I have to EQ. This is how you compress. This is what makes sense in a song. I didn't know those things, and I thought I could just figure them out. It took me a while, and truly, even to this day, I still struggle with mixing my shit, bro. God damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you would have asked younger me 5 years ago where I would be right now, well, I'd be able to mix my own music. My music would be tough. I ain't gonna lie. My drums would be banging, right? To this day, I'll make a song. I spend 2 hours on that song. That shit will be trash. That joint will be garbage. I ain't gonna lie. And that's not a knock on myself. That's just a knock on maybe my misunderstanding of how to make things sound good. Camera quality. Bruh, what? Cameras are expensive as a bitch. You pay like $1,500 for the camera. You get the camera, you like, all right, bet, I'm ready to start shooting. No, you got to pay another $1,500 for the lens. And then you have all these different types of lens, and you have words like aperture and exposure and ISO. And you're like, what the fuck does ISO stand for, bruh? God damn. It's a very frustrating thing being an artist. It's very frustrating. Yeah.
Hate being loved, hate being touched, hate being someone you care about. I got a million words, fixing a burst, fixing a word.
Number 4, balding. This is a joke, but not really. When I first started, I had a full head of locks, bro. My locks weren't the cleanest, but I had hair on my head. And truly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be a little transparent here. Being an artist a lot of it is rooted in your appearance, right? A lot of it is rooted in how you can present yourself to an audience. And how you appear to an audience can create a lot of confidence, or it can create a lot of non-confidence. And for me, when my hair started balding, I thought my life was over. I ain't gonna lie. I noticed somebody watching that feel the same way, bro. When I started balding, bro, I was like, bruh, I'm so cooked, bro. Like, pack it up, bro. With a lot of my balding came a lot of realization that I'm not gonna be young forever. If anything, I'm not gonna be young for, like, the clock is ticking, truly. For me, that was so discouraging because when I went on this artist run, I went thinking that my jeans, you know what I'm saying, my African jeans is gonna keep me looking hip for the next 10 years. Truly though, I've always kind of looked a little older, but I think with me balding, it made me realize the clock is short. The clock is short, man. Oh my goodness, you do 5 years of trying to pursue art, now you're 25. Another 5 years, you're 30. Another 5 years, you're 35. It gets to a point, I'm gonna be honest, I don't wanna be 50 pursuing an artist career. I wanna be 50 chilling, smoking the ganja on the beach, not worried about shit. Which brings me to my last point.
I've been grinding, work-life balance, can't find it. I've been in the crib all the time and
Number 6 or some shit. I don't give a fuck. I probably should have prefaced the video off with this, but this video isn't to discourage anybody from pursuing art. This video isn't me admitting failure. This video isn't me telling you that you should admit failure and that you should go pursue a regular job and that you should just pack it all up. You know, no. If anything, this video is actually supposed to inspire you. Because with all that, I still have a mic attached to my shirt. I'm still posting this video to YouTube, and I'm standing right next to my recording setup, ready to record right after I'm done with this video. For whatever reason, there is a piece of me, there is something inside of me that just refuses to stop, to quit, and that refuses to stop like loving what I'm doing and stop loving the process of trying to reach these goals and trying to make things happen. Man, I'm not afraid to say it. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little delusion. I ain't gonna lie, you can call it delusion, you can call it love for the game. You know, the bone in my body that never felt like I wasn't gonna be able to do this, he's a little weaker. I'm gonna be honest. There definitely are times when I'm at my job thinking like, damn, what if I'm just stuck at this bitch forever? The Knicks just won a championship after, what, 50 years? I know I said I didn't want to be 50 pursuing this shit, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I pull a Jay-Z. I start rapping about OG shit. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. It is. It's hard to keep going a lot of times. Most of the times. Sometimes all the time. Especially with this world of friggin' $15 McDonald's meals, right? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not over that, bro. McDonald's used to be like $5, bro. Chick-fil-A too. I'm on your ass. Anyways, don't let these things discourage you. Don't let these things ruin your life, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna give up and you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I would have rather been broke chasing this dream than have quit on myself. And that's my whole thing. That's why I'm still going, because I know there's not gonna be a worse feeling than knowing I quit on myself. Thank you guys.